Hello guys, what is up? I'm really happy that today you are with me in this series of Game Changer, which I dedicated to those people who are not able to see any changes. It means that they already been to gym and they stop seeing any significant result. So this video is talking about pre-exhausted and post-exhausted principle, which are really important principle, and it has been in the game of bodybuilding. First off, I will start with pre-exhausted principle. First, we have to know why we need such a thing. When you listen to some people in gym, they told you that straight you go to your compound movement and lift as heavy as you can. But the principle in here is when you go and do really hard movement, hard lifting, you don't recruit all your muscle fibers in that movement. And other thing which is important to say is that when you are doing some type of movement, for example, let's say shoulder press with barbell, you are not able to use the whole muscle fibers which are placed in your deltoid muscle. You just use some of them. It's a rule in physiology that says when you are doing some movement, you just use some of the fibers, and after that, some of the fibers will stay there to come to the next set with you and do the movement there for you. In bodybuilding, we want to use maximum amount of muscle fibers, and as you know, in some compound movements like shoulder press, you are using simply the upper chest, trapezius, and deltoid. So the idea of peri-exhausted is we want to tell our body that our main specific part, that we want the maximum dedication of muscle fiber is our delt. We just want to tell our body that we want to specifically train our deltoid muscle. So how we do it? We go and do some isolation workout on our deltoid muscle before we go to the compound movement. It means that we go and, for example, we do some lateral raise to really pre-exhaust and activate some of the muscle over there. And after that, when we go and do the heavy movement, heavy compound movement, you just recruit the whole muscle fiber in your deltoid muscle, and you will be able to break more muscle fibers, so you will get a chance to rebuild them and get them bigger. Now here there is some controversy that other experts come and say you should not do peri-exhausted, you should do post-exhausted. Now the question is why they decline this type of method, I mean the pre-exhausted principle. Because they think that by doing some isolation movement before you enter to your heavy movement, heavy compound movement, you already exhaust yourself and you cannot go as heavy as you can in that set. So here it comes the question, which one is better? Now I am going to tell you what is post-exhausted principle, and after that I will tell you which one to use, so stay with me. Post-exhausted training says that basically first start with your heavy compound movement. Why? Because your muscle fibers are fresh and you can get the maximum out of it and you can lift some heavy weight. After that, go and do some isolation workout to really maximize the amount of pump in your muscle and get a better result. Now we know that each of them has some specific benefit to them. And here, if you want to ask for my recommendation, I really don't tell you to go just with that or just with another one. I simply tell you to go and try both of them, because both of them have some really good effect. If you go with pre-exhausted principle, you can really maximize the amount of damage in your muscle fiber. And if you go with the post exhausted principle, you really increase the amount of volume in your muscle fibers. So I just tell you to implement both of these into your training routine to really get the maximum out of your muscle. As I said in my previous video, the DUP or daily unrelated programming, you have to implement more type of new thing so you can shock your muscle and don't allow your muscle to predict what you are going to do. So try both of them into your routine. They are really useful and you will definitely immediately see the result of that. Okay, that's it guys, that's the end of this video. I really enjoy to talk about this stuff because it is my purest information that accumulate during 6 or 7 years now, and I really enjoy to help you through your journey to being fit or to being physicality in the best way that you can be. So don't forget to share my video, subscribe, and have a good day.